Welcome to the Bodyguard podcast, where science meets natural healing to uncover the root causes of complex health issues. Your host, Christine Barnes, is a leading complex case health practitioner specializing in functional testing and personalized care. This show dives deep into clinical analysis, cutting-edge diagnostics, natural therapies, and holistic strategies to optimize your health and well-being. Your health is unique. Your healing should be too.
Stress and burnout. This is such a common thing I see in my clinic. So, is stress good for us? Well, a little bit of it is good because, like anything, if we exercise our nervous system and give it a little bit of a stressor, it can actually help with resilience. However, when it manifests as a health issue, it's often because we're experiencing ongoing stress or we've got a post-traumatic stress trauma or a trauma history that's just continuously firing off our nervous system and making us sympathetic nervous system dominant. So the stress response, it's natural. It's an incredibly well-orchestrated process that occurs in the body. We commonly call it the fight or flight, and I think that's a brilliant visual of that. So every time your stress response gets fired off, which could be simply from seeing something that was frightening on TV or in a movie, or as your phone ringing or messages coming in or Facebook alerts, it can send your nervous system into fight or flight. Now, when that's happening excessively and chronically, it affects the HPA axis, which is the hypothalamic-pituitary-adrenal axis. And this is about stress perception, and it can create a physical reaction. So when we start pumping out excess adrenaline into our bloodstream continuously, it can, although short-term, it's important for us to survive, but long-term, it can create inflammation, shut down continuously our digestive system, and lead to other health issues, ongoing health issues. So stress is really quite an interesting topic, and I could go on a lot about it. Now, can we all avoid stress? No. Most people think I somehow have some magical power of avoiding or coping with stress. I have to work quite hard and be vigilant about managing my stress, avoiding excessive stress, identifying if stress or my stress response or perceived response is becoming a little bit repetitive and chronic, and then I need to rebalance that with bringing up my parasympathetic nervous system. So what can we do about this? Well, certainly it depends on what level of stress and type of stress you've got. So I think it's important to identify that. Sometimes we can identify that in clinic, just listening to your history. I can sort of decide based on that, or looking at your biochemistry and how affected you are. If you've had a history of trauma, certainly we want to look at supporting you psychologically, but we can also support that biochemistry. Phosphatidylserine is a common thing that I recommend. I'm not prescribing here at the moment, so I'm just giving you an idea of how this could be helpful. If you're finding that you're just in a repetitive pattern about experiencing stress and you're in that sympathetic nervous system dominance, even though you're not actually exposed to it, but your body's in a pattern, we might need to bring in some calming herbs, as well as some interventions that might be talk therapy, it might be reframing, it might be tapping, it may be herbs that are calming. We may need to work with some pharmaceuticals that your doctor may have prescribed. So we've got a big toolbox in natural therapies for both lifestyle interventions and natural nutrients and herbs to either stop the pattern of it or turn things around and do repair. And I do talk about repair a lot. And if we don't repair this pattern and change the pattern, it can affect the ongoing perceived stress or being stuck in the sympathetic nervous system can affect our digestion, can affect our sleep, and increase our inflammation, and that can cause all sorts of things. And it can lead to fatigue, and then we can have, on top of all of that shopping list of symptoms, a fatigue picture. So we hopefully get together before we get that far down the rabbit hole. But if not, sometimes that is a symptom we also need to do, is rebuilding the mitochondria, the little battery in our cells that might be affected depending on how far down the rabbit hole you've gone, how long this has been left untreated. So often we need to look at adrenals as well as carminatives, and then look at how to support the HPA axis. Sometimes we need to look at other things, anti-inflammatories as well. So it's a complex situation. I'd love to have more time to talk to you about this. Let's see how we go. I might be able to extract a particular part of this topic that we can take a deep dive in with future podcasts. If you've got any questions or would like me to talk about a particular topic, please don't hesitate to let us know, and like and share our podcast with your friends and family.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Bodyguard podcast. We hope you found valuable insights to help you take control of your health journey. Want to dive deeper? Visit thebodyguard.com.au to learn more about our work, explore resources, and discover how personalized care can transform your well-being. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share it with others on social media. Your support helps us reach more people looking for answers. Until next time, take care and keep prioritizing your health, because your healing should be as unique as you are.